One day you will wake up and realize the best years were not stolen from you. You gave them away, not in one big mistake, in little delays, in soft excuses, in all the quiet times you said later. That is the part nobody wants to say out loud. You are not only scared of failure, you are scared that time is moving faster than your courage. So if you are done letting your own excuses sing you back to sleep, stay with me, lean in, and hear this with your whole chest. Because some words are too important to hear only once. I know you are tired. I know some mornings feel heavy before your feet even touch the floor. I know what it is like to look at your life and wonder how so much time passed while so little changed. You are not weak for feeling that. You are human. But let me love you enough to tell you the truth. The life you want is not slipping away because you are broken. It is slipping away because you keep acting like there will always be another clean Monday, another fresh month, another easy chance. Stop acting like you have time. Stop acting like you have time. Your life is not a lake. It is a battery. It drains every day, even when you do nothing. Think about that. Your phone loses power while it sits in your pocket. Your body loses strength while you delay. Your dream loses heat while you wait. Your confidence loses weight while you keep making promises you do not keep. You do not stay the same by standing still. You slide backward, quietly, slowly, daily. And the scary part is, you can get used to it. You can get used to being almost ready. You can get used to being almost serious. You can get used to being the guy who talks like a warrior and lives like a spectator. That is why delay is so dangerous. It does not always hurt at first. It can feel safe. It can feel smart. It can feel like you are being careful. But a lot of what we call being careful is really fear wearing a nicer shirt. A lot of what we call planning is really hiding. A lot of what we call waiting for the right time is really not trusting ourselves enough to move while things are messy. Let that settle in. You do not need another sign. You need a decision. Some of you are waiting to feel confident before you begin. That day is not coming. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. Then confidence shows up after it sees you are serious. That is how it works. A man does not become strong by reading about push-ups. He gets on the floor and starts shaking. He gets laughed at by his own weakness. He feels his arms burn. He wonders if this is even doing anything. Then one day he notices 10 is easier than 5. Then 20 is easier than 10. What changed? Not the dream, the repetition, not the wish, the work, not the talk, the proof. And I need you to hear this part with no sugar on it. Time does not care that you had a rough childhood. Time does not pause because your heart got broken. Time does not wait because you are confused. It keeps moving. Morning to night, Monday to Sunday, January to December. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. While you are trying to feel ready, life is quietly asking, are you moving or not? Are you building or not? Are you living or not? Most people do not lose their future in a dramatic fire. They lose it in a slow leak. One more hour scrolling. One more night making excuses. One more season talking about what they will do when things calm down. But things do not calm down on their own. Life is life. Bills show up, doubts show up, distractions show up, pain shows up. If you wait for a clear road, you will spend your whole life in the parking lot. Stop acting like you have time. Maybe nobody ever told you this straight, so let me be the one. You do not need to fix your whole life tonight. You need to stop worshiping later. You need to stop bowing down to tomorrow like tomorrow is guaranteed. It is not. We have seen healthy people get bad news in a room that smelled like clean walls and cold air. We have seen relationships die while two people kept saying they would talk next week. We have seen dreams rot in notebooks because somebody kept saying once things settle down, no excuses, no waiting, no rescue, just truth. And here's the first truth. Every hour has a direction. It either moves you closer or carries you away. There is no neutral day. There is no harmless drift. You are either feeding your future or feeding your regret. So tell me, how many more mornings are you willing to hand over to the lie that you can always start tomorrow? Let me show you something simple. A seed looks foolish before it looks powerful. Put a seed in your hand and it does not look like much. Small, dry, easy to ignore. But put it in the dirt and that little thing starts a fight under the ground. It cracks open in darkness. It gets buried before it grows. It gets covered before it reaches the sun. That is how real growth begins. Not in comfort, not in applause, not in perfect conditions, in dirt, in pressure, in the unseen place. A lot of you are angry because your life does not look like a tree yet, but you still have not accepted the dirt stage. You want fruit without roots. You want change without discomfort. You want a better body without hard mornings. You want peace without hard choices. You want a new life while protecting every old habit that built the old one. It does not work that way. A seed has to disappear before it can rise. Part of you has to die so a stronger part of you can live. The lazy part, the soft part, the part that always needs one more mood, one more sign, one more easy path. That is why the beginning feels ugly. When you start taking your life seriously, Nobody claps on day one. You wake up early and the room is still dark. You go to the gym and your body feels heavy. You sit down to learn the skill and your brain feels slow. You save the money and your friends keep spending. You stay home and build while others go out and drift. It feels lonely at first. But lonely is not always bad. Sometimes lonely is the sound of your old life losing access to you. You have to stop seeing small actions as small. One page read, one workout done, 1 hour of focused work, one hard phone call, one honest apology, one job application, one video posted, one promise kept. Brick by brick is powerful, but so is seed by seed. Little things are not little when they are done every day. We overrate one giant moment and underrate steady effort. But life is shaped by what repeats. What repeats becomes normal. What becomes normal becomes identity. And identity is everything. If you keep saying, I am trying, your life stays shaky. But when you start saying, I am a man who does what he said, something changes. When you say, I am a man who trains even when he is tired. I am a man who saves even when he wants to spend. I am a man who speaks the truth even when his voice shakes. Then your actions stop feeling random. They start lining up. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Not the perfect version, not the future version. The version breathing right now. The one listening to this with a tired heart and a chance to choose again. Do not miss this. Seeds do not grow because they are lucky. They grow because they stay where they are planted long enough to break open. A lot of people keep digging themselves up. They start a habit for 3 days, then quit. They start a plan for 2 weeks, then wander. They pray for change, then run from the process that creates it. But growth takes staying power. It takes faith when nothing is visible. It takes trust when the ground above you still looks empty. Stop acting like you have time to keep restarting your life every month. Start staying with the hard thing long enough for it to work. You do not need a miracle to begin. You need a shovel. You need hands willing to work the soil. You need patience. You need standards. You need to be okay with being unseen while your roots are getting stronger. Everybody wants the fruit. Few people respect the root season, but the fruit only comes because the root did not quit. So answer this honestly. What seed are you still carrying in your pocket because you are too afraid to put it in the dirt? Now let us get even more real. Nobody can do your push-ups for you. Read that in your bones. Nobody can do your push-ups for you. Somebody can cheer for you. Somebody can teach you. Somebody can love you. But nobody can bend their arms and make your chest stronger. That belongs to you, and your whole life works like that. Nobody can make your mind disciplined for you. Nobody can heal your excuses for you. Nobody can build your future while you sit there waiting to be saved. No one is coming to wake you up. No one is coming to force you to be consistent. No one is coming to carry your dream across the finish line. That job has your name on it. I am not saying you have to do life alone. I am saying you have to own your part. There is a difference. Ask for help, yes. Learn, yes. Get support, yes. But never hand away responsibility. That is the trap. We blame our parents. We blame our past. We blame our boss. We blame the economy. We blame the city. We blame the timing. And maybe some of those things really hurt us. Maybe some of them really were unfair. But healing begins the moment ownership enters the room. Not in blaming, not in complaining, not in waiting, but in ownership. Ownership sounds hard, but it is actually freedom. Because the second you say, this is on me, you also say, this can change through me. Think about that. If it is always their fault, then your future stays in their hands. But when you say, I let that habit stay too long, I wasted those nights, I kept choosing comfort over growth, now the power comes back to you. Painful, yes, but powerful too. The truth might sting your pride, but it also gives your hands something to hold. This is where many people break, not because the dream is too big, but because the daily reps feel boring. Wake up, train, work, learn, repeat. It is not flashy. It is not movie music. It is not some giant speech every morning. It is repetition. And repetition is where weak motives die and real character is born. Anybody can feel inspired for one day. Anybody can shout about purpose for one weekend, but can you stay with the reps when nobody sees? Can you keep your word when the room is quiet? Can you keep showing up when the first rush is gone? That is why discipline matters more than mood. Mood is weather. Discipline is a roof. Mood changes every hour. Discipline keeps you covered. Some days you will feel fired up. Some days you will feel flat. Some days you will feel hurt. Some days you will feel angry. But your standards cannot change every time your feelings do. If your life is led by mood, it will spin. If your life is led by standards, it will stand. And standards are built through reps. Through those push-ups nobody can do for you. Through the alarm you answer. Through the food you refuse. Through the extra hour you choose to use well. You become who you repeat. That sentence is simple, but it can save a life. You become what you keep doing. If you repeat delay, you become a delayer. If you repeat half effort, you become half built. If you repeat courage, you become brave. If you repeat honesty, you become clean inside. If you repeat discipline, you become solid. Brick by brick, rep by rep, choice by choice, a man is either making himself easier to trust or harder to respect. And listen, I know you have failed before. I know you have started and stopped. I know you have looked in the mirror and felt disappointed in the face staring back. But that is not the end of your story. That is just evidence that you are tired of being divided. One part of you wants greatness. Another part wants comfort. One part wants peace. Another part feeds chaos. One part says get up. Another part says maybe later. The war is not outside first. The war is in the mirror. And the person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Stop acting like you have time to keep losing the same battle. One day, your habits will vote on the life you get. Not your intentions, not your quotes, not your hidden potential. Your habits, your reps, your daily vote. So when life gets heavy, which version of you shows up? The one built on excuses or the one built on standards? Let me give you another picture. A house is not built in one heroic weekend. It rises brick by brick. One brick looks small, one brick looks almost pointless. But stack enough of them and families live inside it. Children laugh inside it. Storms hit it and it still stands. That is what your days are. Your days are bricks. Monday is a brick. Tuesday is a brick. This morning is a brick. This hour is a brick. And every time you say it is just one day, you forget that walls are made of just one brick placed again and again. This is where people sabotage themselves. They judge their life by big dreams and ignore daily structure. They say they want a strong body but keep laying crooked bricks. They say they want money but keep laying careless bricks. They say they want peace but keep laying angry bricks. They say they want a future they respect but keep handing cheap materials to the builder. And the builder is them. The builder is you. Think about that. Every choice is a brick with your fingerprint on it. You cannot build a beautiful life with weak habits and then act surprised when the roof leaks. You cannot spend 5 years drifting and expect 1 month of effort to erase it all. Yes, life can change fast, but only after daily choices have been changing in private. Public results are late, private habits are early. The world sees the finished house. It does not see the bricks laid in cold weather. It does not see the mornings when you wanted to quit. It does not see the lonely nights when you stayed with the plan. But that hidden work is the only reason the visible life stands tall later. So start respecting ordinary days. The ordinary day is not ordinary. It is where destinies are shaped. The ordinary day is where you either strengthen your foundation or crack it. The ordinary day is where you either become a man your future children can trust or a warning story they quietly learn from. Heavy, yes, but true. One late night of wasting time may seem small. One skipped workout may seem small. One broken promise may seem small, but repeated enough, little cracks become big collapses. And the opposite is true too. One honest morning changes your posture. One finished task changes your confidence. 1 month of keeping your word changes your self-respect. 1 year of solid bricks can take a man from chaos to calm, from weak to steady, from ashamed to proud. That is how lives turn around. Not through magic, through masonry, through laying what matters in the right order. Health, focus, truth, work, patience, love. One brick, then another, then another. A lot of people want a different future, but they keep protecting the routine that built their current one. Let that settle in. They want a new house with old habits. They want a strong wall with lazy bricks. It cannot happen. Something has to change in the day if you want something to change in the year. Stop acting like you have time to keep building carelessly. Storms are coming. Hard days are coming. Loss is coming. Pressure is coming. And the time to build strength is before the storm, not during it. So ask yourself this with no lies and no fluff. If your future was built only from the bricks you laid this week, would you be proud to live inside it? And now we come to the part people feel in their chest. Seasons do not ask your permission before they change. Summer leaves, winter comes, leaves fall, faces age, parents get older, friends move away, knees start talking back. The song you used to hear on the way to school becomes a memory. That is life. Beautiful and brutal, warm and sharp, it keeps moving. And if you do not wake up to that, you will keep treating precious things like they are permanent. They are not. Stop acting like you have time to delay the phone call. Stop acting like you have time to keep your heart locked up. Stop acting like you have time to postpone your purpose until after one more distraction, one more weekend, one more year. We have buried people who thought they had time. We have watched chances close that were once wide open. We have seen doors rust because nobody touched them. This is not fear talk. This is life talk, real talk, loving talk, because the people who care about you should never help you sleep through your own life. There will never be a perfect season. If it is not money, it will be energy. If it is not energy, it will be doubt. If it is not doubt, it will be pain. If it is not pain, it will be timing. Life will always hand you a reason to wait. That is why strong people do not build their life on ideal seasons. They build in the rain. They pray in the dark. They move while uncertain. They plant while afraid. They love while healing. They act before everything feels neat, because they understand something weak people never learn. Action is not the reward of clarity. Action is often the path to clarity. I want you to picture your older self for a second. Not broken, not bitter, strong, calm, clear-eyed. He wakes up in a room paid for by discipline. He walks in a body shaped by years of kept promises. He speaks with peace because he did not spend his whole life running from what mattered. He laughs deeper. He stands straighter. There is light in his face because regret did not eat him alive. And when he thinks back to this season, to this exact stretch of days, he whispers, "Thank God I moved when it was hard. Thank God I did not keep waiting for a better mood. Thank God I stopped acting like I had time." That future version of you is not built in one grand leap. He is built by the next hour, by the next choice, by the next brave move. Send the message, start the plan, end the habit, tell the truth, take the walk, make the call, open the notebook, close the app, get up from the bed, get off the floor, get honest, get moving, no excuses, no hiding, no drifting, just action. And if you're scared, good. That means this matters. Courage is not a lack of fear. Courage is movement with fear in the passenger seat instead of the driver's seat. Let that settle in. You do not need fear to vanish. You need truth to get louder. You need purpose to get heavier than comfort. You need to remember that your life is worth the awkward beginning, worth the hard reps, worth the lonely season, worth the discipline nobody claps for. Because one day, if you keep going, the things that feel hard right now will become part of your normal. Waking early will feel clean. Keeping your word will feel natural. Training your body will feel like respect, not punishment. Working on your dream will feel like oxygen. And the same people who once thought you changed too much will quietly ask how you became so solid. They will see the fruit. They will admire the house. They will notice the strength, but you will know the truth. It came from the seed stage. It came from the push-ups. It came from the bricks. It came from the days you stopped acting like you had time. So do not leave these words in the air. Bring them into your bones, bring them into your schedule, bring them into your habits. Let this be the day you stop talking to yourself like you are guaranteed another year to waste. Let this be the day you stop negotiating with the part of you that always wants comfort first. Let this be the day you become somebody your future can depend on. Remember the first line, one day you will wake up and realize the best years were not stolen from you. You gave them away. Do not let that be your story. Wake up before regret wakes you up. Move before pain has to teach you what purpose was trying to teach you. Say the thing, start the thing, leave the thing that keeps killing your spirit. Picture yourself a few years from now. Your eyes are calmer. Your body is stronger. Your mind is clearer. Your money is steadier. Your home feels peaceful. Your name means something because your word means something. You are not proud because life was easy. You are proud because you became reliable in hard seasons. You became the man you kept needing. You became the answer to the prayers you whispered in private. And it all started when you finally told yourself the truth. No excuses, no waiting, no quitting, just becoming unstoppable.